Good deal. Who knows how to do a CMA? Who doesn't know how to do a CMA? Does anybody not know? Oh, you want to know how to do it better? Okay, I do the simplest way possible to do a CMA. And all I'm looking for is like-kind properties for a property that I may have an appointment for, or that I have an appointment for. I sometimes drive past the house first to get an idea or try to get inside the house, but chances are I'm not. Because when I go for my appointment, I'm going to want to be able to tell them, this is what your house is going to sell for, this is where we need to be listed at.
Do you do that on the first day?
I do that right after I talk to them. Right after I talk to them, when I know I'm going to go list the house. Or if it was, which I no longer have since I'm not in production anymore, I have to keep reminding myself, if I have a repeat customer, someone I sold a house to has called me. I want to see what the changes are. So when I'm going to do a CMA, I am looking to see what houses are like it. So I'm going to pull up my MLS. Try not to make a mistake with it. And I'm going to put in my property status, actives and pendings, because I want to know what my competition is in that particular neighborhood. So where are we going to look for a house? Let's do Fairhope. Sorry, I got my screen all messed up. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the subdivision. I apologize. I don't know why it's not coming up. Then I'm going to go to the closest to that neighborhood that I can go to. As close as I can get to it. Try to find out what it is.
Appraisers have to get enough outside the subdivision anyway.
Right? Yeah, they're going to have to go outside the subdivision because they're going from the same thing we're going through. So I'm looking for a house in North Station in Fairhope. So I've got the subdivision, and I want to know what's listed and what's sold. And I've got 5.
And do you go back 3 months? Or
so I'm going to look and see what they have. This one only has 5, so I don't have to change the date in it, but you can go to the huge search, which will let you put in the dates. But this one, I've got 1 pending. I got a lot of actives to choose from.
I'll be right back, Jen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I see my first one. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I've got to get this up. There we go. So
what's the subject property?
The subject property is a 4-bedroom in North Station subdivision.
All right.
I'm going to make it a little harder. So the first one I see, I've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Y'all are going to figure out the price too, by the way.
All right.
Just so you know, so you'll be prepared. The second one that I have, that's a lot. So my third one is a 3-bedroom. I have one that's a 4-bedroom. And I have another 3-bedroom.
That's 4 comps. You said you had 5?
Yep, I have 5 comps. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to keep my pending. I'm going to keep my 4-bedroom. And then I got to figure out if I'm going to keep one of these 3 bedrooms in or not. Would you keep a 3-bedroom in and then just add to the price for 1 more bedroom, or what would you do?
That's what I wanted to ask you, Danita. When you adjust for features, you know, either deduct or add, how do you determine what something is worth? Like a remodeled kitchen, what's that worth? Or an extra bathroom, what's that worth? Or an extra bedroom, for example.
Well, if it's the only one in the subdivision that has that,
yeah,
I actually give it a little less value because
Really?
they're overbuilt a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to go back and look at my sold prices because that's how I want to price your house. I don't want to price it by what's active on the market, and I don't want to price it by what's pending. I want to price it by what's sold.
All right.
So I'm pulling these, and then I'm going to go back and get the sold prices.
Also, Janita, I've got something I can share with everybody too. I got a BPO adjustment chart for different price ranges for like houses from 100 to 300 or houses from 300 to 500. It's just a broker, like a BPO, what the broker's opinion is for the adjustments. So like bathrooms, bedrooms, garages.
Cool.
Things like that.
That would be great. Yeah, please share that with us.
I'm going to email it to you right now.
Okay. Did you all hear that?
I didn't.
You did not hear it?
Yeah, something that she has something she's going to share, but what is it?
She's asking what she has.
I can barely hear you, Ron.
Can you turn louder?
There was something she's going to share, but I didn't hear what it was.
Hey, Ron, it's Wendy, another agent. I have a broker, a BPO of like adjustments of estimates of what you were asking of how much value, say, an extra bedroom or a bathroom or a half bath.
That's great.
Okay. I'm going to email it to Danita because it helps me out tremendously.
Well, thank you so much.
So that'll help, and I'll send it all off to y'all.
Danita. Thank you then.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back. I got my 4-bedroom, and I noticed the price on it's $278.
And the 4-bedroom, the comp?
Yes.
How many bathrooms is that, or doesn't it matter?
It's 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
And my people really don't care.
Uh-huh.
They just have to have 4 bedrooms.
Oh, you're representing the buyer here? Okay.
Whenever I'm looking at the pending, you notice I have a pending that's a 3-bedroom, and it's pending at $285. So I got a difference in a price there, which tells me there's different amenities in these houses.
Right.
It's going to make my job a little bit harder.
That pending doesn't necessarily mean that it's not the contract price, so it's still the list price you're going on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I see they've dropped it to $285 from the 300 price. That's probably why it's pending.
All right.
525 North Station Drive. I live in the subdivision. That's why it's easy for me.
That's a 3-2.
Yeah. I've got the other active at 270, and it's a 3-2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to write these MLS numbers down. I go with this backwards, but it's worked for me for 27 years. So I try not to tear it up. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to keep my MLS numbers. And I'm keeping my pending. I'm keeping this active, and I'm going to keep this one.
Danita, I can't see anything, but I can hear.
Okay.
Who was that was going to share the BPO sheet with us?
That Wendy is sharing it, and
Wendy.
she's emailing it to me, and I will forward it on to you, Ron.
Thank you, Wendy.
Okay, so I'm keeping these three. So I've got my MLS numbers for those. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take a quick peek at it. This one's been on the market for 152 or 54 days.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
At the same price?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking for my history. We're about to find out. So it started at 300,000. They moved it to 270. This lets me know this house is overpriced.
Wow. What's the 2,000 for?
Pardon me?
It said something 2,000.
In the history? Let me go back and look for you. It's probably the lot price.
You see right there, 1123, very top thing, 2,000. First recorded after 11/23/2020.
Oh, incorrect.
Yeah, it probably was. It had to be.
She didn't come back and change it.
Yeah, she didn't come back and change it. It was still showing active at the 270.
A quick question. Let me know if I'm
No,
getting ahead of you.
no, please.
So you only have 5 properties from the initial search.
Right.
Areas,
Right.
and I can't really see what you have.
Sure.
Where does square footage play into this? I mean, I couldn't really tell if they were all similar square footages. Are you worried about similar square
I am,
footage?
and I'm going to deal with the square footage. Is going to be the last thing I do.
Okay. So,
And I have these 5, but what I'm looking at right now are active and pending. And then I'm going to go back to the solds. The solds are going to tell me how far off these active listings are price wise, which is going to show me this one's way off, or there's an issue with this house. And then the solds are going to tell me what I should price my house at. Or if I need to be somewhere in between. The reason I do the actives and the pendings first and get a comparative number or a good figure of what those are listed at per square foot, and then I go back and I do the solds, I always do it that way because I'm going to go in my appointment with the mindset that I want to list the house at what I think it's going to sell at, and bring either multiple offers for that house or a full price offer is what I want to get. And I want to get that for the seller. Of course, it depends on their motivation. I might go a little bit higher on that. But I mainly do it because I don't know exactly what's inside that house. And I may walk in and they've got Formica countertops, or they've got a tiny master closet, or they've done something in the garage that's made it where you can't pull your car into it, or it may be just stellar. Not overdone, but enough extras that their house is going to be a lot more appealing than any others in there. So now I know I can go somewhere in between those two prices. So if I'm dead set that I want to go $295, because the house is going to sell for $295, and I walk in and the house is just like great, then I know that I'd be willing to go maybe $305. Or if I go in and it's weak, that I'm going to stay at the $275 or try to get $265 or maybe lower. So I don't know what I'm walking into. So that's why I have those prices in mind when I go. So that's why I go at it backwards.
So if they tell you they want more than what you want to give them?
Well, I'm going to show them the comps. I'm going to show them what their house is going to sell for, because their house is worth what someone's willing to pay for it and not a dime more. So I'm going to show them what people are willing to pay for their house. If they're not willing to come down and we aren't too far apart, then I'm going to list the house at the price they've said, but I'm going to have an addendum signed with price changes on it that says if we do not have an offer, a limited amount of showings in the first 2 weeks and an offer, we're going to reduce it by X amount of dollars. Then 2 weeks after that, if we haven't had X amount of showings or an offer, then we're going to reduce it again and have them sign it. I want the price reductions filled out in advance. I don't want to call them and them say, well, we've been thinking about it. I want it filled out in advance. And I'm going to have net sheets for each one of those. Just speaking as a broker, I'm going to have net sheets for each one of those also and have them signed at the time. So I don't have to deal with anything, and I'm zip right into command to get it done.
Hey, Danita, one question on the, would you include any unbuilt, like builder spec houses that are listed or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wouldn't think so.
And the main reason is because those are going to be brand new. And
Right.
I know I'm dealing with homes that are going to be 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got those. And these are the 3 that I've kept. And I actually go in and I write these numbers down. The 301-455, 304-111, and 306-343. So I have those. And now, there we go. So now I'm going right back into my same criteria. If my computer will let me. Come on. And now I'm into my closed. I don't think I have a year set up in mind. So now I'm going to go into the big screen where I can get my year in.
Those dates at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I need a bigger screen.
Pardon me?
I need a bigger screen.
Yeah, we do.
Pull it up a little bit. We build out on the next document. Yeah, they really are.
So
now I'm at my closed months.
we might get her pricing.
And I'm going to go back 6 months.
Are we streamed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just couldn't see the side of my screen. Okay, so
I quiet those down from 9 to noon. 9 to 8.
what do you quiet down?
The voice of my head.
The voice, yeah, no doubt. I tried.
There's no holds barred.
Okay, so now I have 6 that have closed in the last 6 months. And I'm looking, and I have 4 bedrooms, thank God. I have several of them.
There's a lot of activity in that subdivision.
There is, and they generally sell quickly. So I'm looking. I've got 2 days on market, 12 days on market, 44 days, 20, 79, and 1. So I'm going to stay with my 3 bedroom or my 4 bedrooms. And I'm going to cheat by coming over here and looking at the MLS numbers. So I can tell which one has closed last. So I can tell by this number, this is the most recent closed. And I'm still a 4 bedroom. Got a 3 bedroom, 296, 297. I have this one, 42143. I'm a 4-2, so I'm going to stick with this one.
Doesn't it tell you the date on the far end when it closed?
Yeah, it probably does, but I just go by the MLS number.
This one does not.
No, I don't have this set up, obviously. I don't have it as part of my thing.
Know anything after 2 9s that I'm working for a while.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can see here that my 4 bedrooms are selling for more per square foot, except for this little booger right here is going to throw me off. So I'm going to go with these. I'm leaving this one out because it's the highest. I don't want to see it. Okay, so I got a 275 that closed after 44 days on the market. Decent house, it's a keeper. So now I got my MLS number. Checking out my second one. A 4-bedroom, 2-bath, recently closed in the last 6 months. I like to look at them and look at the outside of the picture because I generally know what the one that I'm selling looks like. And I'm thinking this is a good comp. So I'm definitely going to take this one with me.
How far back do you go? 6 months?
6 months.
And this is the one you're doing when you're selling something as a buyer and agent?
This is, actually, I'm going to list this one for sale.
Okay. I thought earlier you said you were a buyer.
No, but I try to look at it from a buyer's perspective. And every time I'm on a listing appointment, if I'm going to list your house for sale, I talk to you as a listing agent and what your house should be priced at and what it's going to sell for. And then when I go through your house and take the tour and you're showing me the house, I try to show them from a buyer's perspective what they're going to see and what they're looking for and what their opinion of something may be. Like your 3 litter boxes and your 12 cats. If I was a buyer, I may have a problem with that. Just, I mean, that's over. Yeah, I know. It's never bothered us. That's my favorite phrase I hear from sellers. It's never bothered me. I love cats. Most people love cats. But I tried it from that perspective. I want them to be of the mindset they're getting ready to sell their house.
I had one, she had 17 cats.
Oh my God, 17 cats. Can you imagine?
I don't think I'd take that listing.
That was a mistake.
It was a mistake. That was a bought lesson there.
Yeah.
But I want them to look at it
Percent.
through a buyer's eyes because I want them to.
Crazy. It's ridiculous.
Sorry. I want them to like lose the emotional attachment to the house and kind of not own it anymore, if that makes sense. I just want them with that mindset that they are selling the house. You know, we're here, we're putting it on the market, we're going to sell, we're in this together, and now we're looking at it from a buyer's eye viewpoint because you're no longer going to own the house. I want you on to next because I'm going to end my appointment with where are you going next? Am I selling you something in Fairhope or Spanish Fort, or am I giving you a referral fee for where you're going to next? So I want to get them to be excited about moving, excited about the price they need to price their house at, get all their documents signed and leave and make somebody happy, getting them to their next house and getting somebody in this house and make a commission check at the same time because we're in this to make money, really. Okay, so off my soapbox. Here's our next one. Ooh, I love this house and I know the people who live in it. So I'm definitely going to go with this one, although yeah, this one was on the market for 1 day. Everybody loves this house.
Why?
It's just cute and different in the neighborhood. And they always took really good care of their lawn. It's just a big circle. You know, so everyone driving by always looks at this house. Okay, so I've got these 3 and I'm happy with those. Let me go back here first. Well, I'm no good without my mouse. I apologize. Okay, so now I have 3 active and I have 3 sold comps. Okay, so these are my solds that I picked. Oh,
Did you put
I obviously put the number in here incorrectly.
Down there.
My number not working. Okay, so we're going to go with the 2. That's not working for some reason. These I'm going to print off and I'm going to take with me. Come on.
that hasn't been working? It didn't work for me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm having trouble. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, it's not working. What's it telling me below? Yeah, Paragon is giving me fits. Okay. It's not letting me go any further with this, but I'm going to print these off and I'm going to take them with me. I try to do a client view because I don't want them to see who had it listed or who had it sold unless it's me. At the top, you can see what the high and low for the sold price is. You can see what the average is. You can see what the median price is. And you can see what the total price is. When I'm pulling these up, I'm finding the square footage or price per square foot. And I'm going to take that figure as well. So this is telling me, which is not correct because I can't get the third one to come in, but this is telling me that the average sold price is somewhere between $293 and $270. $281.5. So my figure is $281.5. But of course I have the square footage amount. And I'm going to figure out that average price per square foot. And that's what I'm going to try to get this house priced at. So if I've got my 281.5, I'm going to go back, see if this will let me. Wow. And I'm putting my MLS number for my actives. The first search I did was for actives. The screen I had before were closed. Closed. Yeah. So that's telling me, right. I am. Yep. Well, actually, I'm going to get 2 separate averages. I'm going to get the average for closed properties. I'm going to have average per square foot prices, houses that are on the market.
So you don't actually bring like a CMA, like something printed out where they can compare.
I do. I do. This isn't going to let me get into it and do it, but I do an actual CMA from here. So now I know with my statistics, this says that my high is 285. My average is 270, which is actually lower than my 281. But I think we have a 3-bedroom in here. We have 2 3-bedrooms in here. So I'm pretty happy with my 281.5. Yeah, so I'm printing these off, all 3 of these MLSs. So I have them without the agent information in there. I'm going to figure my average price per square foot, what this is going to tell me. The average price per square foot on all 3 of them. And I'm going to average those 3 prices. So I've got my phone, let's just do it. phone's blown up. So she's listed at 259. She's 1,800 square feet. The first one, I'm at 143.88 a square foot. The next one is 278.
Yeah.
268, thank you. And I put 268, I apologize. So I'm taking my 268 and I'm dividing it by the 1930, which is the square footage.
I need to do my sister.
138.86 a square foot. Our last one's 285.
Yes. I want to see what mine would be.
And we divide it by the 2088. I don't think that's correct square foot. So now I've got 136. Does everybody know how to find the average for that? Hello?
Yep, we do.
Okay. Somebody want to figure out what the average is?
What is your square footage on this one? 2,088?
2,000.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Square footage?
Yeah.
$136.49, so $136.49 per square foot.
Yep.
No, she wanted the medium price. Medium price.
$139.74. So what's on the market right now is averaging $139.74 per square foot.
Left medium back. Oh, she went by the medium. That's what I do.
I have these printed off, so I wouldn't have to be going back and forth in the MLS to get these. But I would do the same thing with the soles. I have to put the numbers back in because, of course, I can't print it off right here. And now it's going to give me 3. That's crazy.
Anita,
Yes, ma'am.
so you're going to print off the client view only to take with you?
I am. I'm printing off the client view only to take with me.
Thank you.
So they can have it and they'll know that I've got my numbers straight. Now, granted, if any of these said that they were sold by Keller Williams, I'm going to take them with me. I'm going to leave that one in. Or I'm going to say this one was sold by my office. First closed. I thought they said how much they sold per square foot on. So my first sold at 148.16 a square foot. Let me go back.
Danita,
Ma'am. Yes.
on the sold, do we use the don't we use the price down there at the bottom that it actually sold for, or
We
do
do.
we use the list price?
I'm sorry, we use the bottom price. So I'm going to go back and fix that. I apologize.
No, the sold price.
The sold price.
Yeah.
Where did you see that sold price at?
Okay, if you get on the MLS sheet, on my closed one, and I'm going to the bottom, towards the bottom, there's all the information about who sold it, the date, and the selling price is right here. So I know
Okay.
my selling price was $293. And I know my square footage is 2323 on 2613. Is this one closed? No, this one's 270.
Oh,
What's our square footage? 1856. $21.53 square feet. It's a lot easier when you have it printed off. You're not going back and forth, back and forth. And this one sold for $308. $308,400. Okay, so I've got a low of 126.13 a square foot. I'm sorry. I've got 145.47 a square foot, and I've got 143.24 a square foot. So my average is 138.28. So let's say our property that we're trying to list is 2,000 square feet. So what do you come up with? Anybody have any idea?
I didn't hear the question.
Your square footage of the house we're listing is 2,000 square feet.
Our closed average 2,000 square feet. The average price per square foot on our sold is $138.28. Our average active is $139.74. Let's say the house is 2,000 square feet. What are your feelings about what it should be priced at?
Between 276 and 280 or so.
Yep, I got a little bit of a gap in there. I've got 276.5 and 279,480. I'm going to be looking at our days on market and how quickly they're selling. I'm going to try to get it somewhere between 276 and 279 and be comfortable with any figure in between there. I'm probably going to get a little bit of blowback because there's one that's 300,000, but my comps should support that price. What do y'all think? How do you feel about the price?
Well,
Maybe
if you're going
start
strictly off, yeah, if you're going strictly off the square foot, you know, price per square foot, then yeah, but you got to look at any additional items, any add-ons, et cetera, to the subject property, right?
Absolutely. So you know your sweet spots between 276.5 and 279.4. So that's giving you a little leeway in between there, that you could go a little bit higher or you could go a little bit lower. If I walked into the house and it was extra special, or I got there and it was like, oh my God, it's a 3-car garage and the kitchen's decked out and everything's absolutely perfect and they've had the closets done and all the special stuff in the house, I would be comfortable if I went at 280. If I went a little bit over the 279 mark. But if I went in and it needed some, not a whole lot of work, but it was just and lived in, then I would try to get down to the 276 mark. But you've got enough leeway in there if you go in the house and see that it's extra special, that you're not making a mistake going over those figures. But you're in that ballpark of where it needs to be. Our actives came out at what, 281.5? So I think it puts you right where you need to be. You're going to get some really, really hard ones sometimes that have absolutely no comps, or they're out by themselves on some acreage, or they're waterfront and they've got a bigger pier and a bigger dock than all the other houses that are there, or the house is smaller, or it's older. Sometimes it's gonna be really, really difficult to come up with the correct price. So you really need to dig to see what's there. Oh, one of the other real important things, I don't have it in here. Make sure that you get the deed. Let's see if I've got it in here. Does everybody have the Delta system on their computer? Everybody knows what that's at? I don't have it on mine to show me. When somebody calls you and they want you to come over and list their house, or you have a listing appointment, or if you call it expireds, whatever you've done, do yourself a favor and pull that deed first. So you know that you're dealing with the correct person who can sign and has the authority to sell the house. I have had occasion where I've went and to an appointment of a house on the bay and was getting everything together and pulled the deed after my appointment and found out it's the daughter who's mad at the parents who are elderly and incompetent, and she's going to try to sell the house and forge their name. So that was a big waste of time for me. So make sure that you pull the deed so you know who the correct owner is on the house. You can pull records, you can pull all kinds of stuff from there. They give you information about that house and tax records and all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you have that first.
Where, Delta?
Yeah, Delta Computer Systems.
I just had one and it didn't have the right number in it.
Yeah. And sometimes if it's recently sold or it's been like a year, maybe a year and a half, sometimes it hasn't transferred over yet.
Mm-hmm. So I had to go to CRS.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can go to CRS and find that. But if you have one that's really hard and it's just like, my God, I can't come to a price on this one, it's so difficult, call me. It's one of my favorite things to do is dig through and find out what a house should be listed at. Or if you have somebody who's really balking on the price and you really want to take the listing and you're close or they're unrealistic, call me, I'll go with you. I don't have a problem in the world with that. Of helping you figure out the CMA, helping you find out what the good price to price it at, and meeting with the buyer, or excuse me, meeting with the seller to come to an agreement of what it should be listed at. I love having that conversation. That's what I'm here for. I love this class much better in person and when I have a printer. So if any of you all want to go a little more in depth with it, I am more than willing to do this class in my office with my printer sitting around the table in my office. Just
Pardon me.
No, you're
Do you ever
fine.
use the wizard as well?
I don't.
Never.
Hmm.
And do you ever use like the CRS, what the comparables say on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do CRS, but I trust this more. I don't know why. Because I'm old school and I've been doing it for 27 years. I'm an MLS person.
RPRs are so off.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the wizard just because of the way that they set it up so you can kind of see everything across the board.
Yeah.
And when I'm sitting with the seller, it's good because it tells you the low, the average, and the above. And when I my script that I use is, you don't want to be priced outside the market, you want to be priced under the market. This is our sweet spot. And visually, you can see them kind of look at it across the board.
Right. And I usually explain it to them that they're chasing the market, that if we're going to overprice the house, we're chasing the market, we're going to be high price, and then we're going to bring it down a month later, or you're going to decide in 2 months that we need to bring the price down.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I want it in 2 weeks because I want people to know right away that we've reduced it. So if they're going to wait, we're going to bring the price down. Agents are going to look. They're not going to look at the price. They're going to go, look, that's 1-2 Main Street that Danita has listed for sale, and it's so overpriced. They're not even going to notice I moved the price down, and it's going to get stale. ASAP.
Like I found one that I have some that is a price that they just sold it like a year ago. They just bought it.
Right.
And then now they have it listed for $100,000 more, and I don't see any improvement.
Yeah, you get some crazy stuff.
So what do you do with that?
You know, if it's me, I thank them for their time and I wish them the best of luck, and I'm on to next. I don't have time to deal with stuff that's not going to sell.
Have a buyer want to look at that?
I let them know. Chances of it appraising are slim and none.
And they might not be serious sellers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so common down here. They just throw it up.
Yeah, they just throw it up there and go, yeah, let's see what we can get.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I hate those kind of sellers. Hate is a strong word. I just like those kind of sellers. Tanya hates them, but does it make any sense to y'all? Does it help at all? Has the class helped at all, or are you more confused than when we started?
Can we see who's out there?
Did great.
And Danita's going to share with them that adjustment.
I don't know what happened to my. I don't know what happened to my.
Who's on the other side of the camera?
Click on that right there.
Right there. You can click on the grid when it is showing.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. Carrie Z, Lori Cash, Kelsey, Carl. Hey, guys.
Ron was there.
Look at this. All right, everybody. Yeah. Ron.
I'm here. I was muted. I'm sorry. I'm here.
Hey, Ron.
Ron, did it help at all?
Yes, very much so. Thank you. I was taking a class for my CE that happened to be CMAs, and you made it a little bit more real. You know, there was so much volume of information. You really narrowed it down, Danita. I like that. And especially the helpful hints that we should talk to the client and get them to reason with us and not think of the home as their own anymore. If they're going to sell it, they should start getting that mindset that they're out of there. So
Absolutely.
That really helped me a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they're looking to buy in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Upgrade or even, you know, downgrade if they're younger, and I want them to get excited about that process. And if I can find them something, then they're going to price it even more.
Absolutely.
At a better price. Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Unmute yourself.
Okay,
Hey.
can you hear?
Did it help?
Guys.
Did it make
Hi
sense?
there.
Did it help you at all?
Oh yeah, well,
Absolutely.
sure, just to see a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
The only thing I need to find is the client version, or client view.
Okay.
So I'll go back through there.
I'll help you. I hope you want to see it. Yeah, I mean, you can do different displays.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get it.
And I think the one that I did on when I was on agent or phone duty down in Orange Beach, and I did an email through MLS to someone that called in. There was you want to make sure that you send them the right version of the CMA, right? So not too much information, just exactly what you want to send them.
Yep.
No more, no less.
I'll go through and help you with all that and how to do your display and everything. Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so like I'm here and whatever I can help you with.
Amen. We appreciate you too.
Okay, y'all go make it a good day.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you. Thank
go
you.
find some reasons to have to do a CMA.
Amen.
Hi, Carrie.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Thank you.